Good day. My name is Bongile Tubana. I had the pleasure of being with the N5s as well as the N6s in communication at the Tshwane North College in Pretoria CBD. Today I'll be speaking about organizational communication. I'll be conducting a lesson on organizational communications. All right. What is corporate culture? Corporate culture is the beliefs, the values, as well as the customs and traditions that each company or organization has. And these differ from organization to organization, which makes each organization unique. What are we talking about? We are talking about the logo. We're talking about the slogan and the colors that are used for that organization. I'll make an example of each based on the different external aspects that I'm about to name. Um, the logo in McDonald's. I'm loving it as a slogan, and the colors that are used are generally yellow, red, with the background of black and white. The distinctive architecture and exterior of the buildings. So in the United States, you'd find that McDonald's buildings are made in this old school type of way, and they usually built their branches around those type of buildings to keep true to their architecture and exterior of their buildings. In South Africa, you find that it's this modern look where now in the front of the tellers when you walk into the restaurant, tellers tills, you find that they have these new mobile, not mobile, literally a phone. I mean, technically, they have these screens that are mobile for the public to use so they can order their meals. The appearance of interior and exterior offices, and the trademarks like their staff uniforms, the cars that they use, company vehicles, as well as their packaging is very distinctive. For example, the staff uniforms are red with the M logo, and the slogan at the bottom. Sorry, yeah, the slogan at the bottom, and their delivery bikes have the slogan logan as well. The internal aspects is the quality of communication within the organization, how the organization communicates amongst themselves, the openness of communication channels, meeting and other internal organization procedures in daily practices of work. I like making this example of the SAPS, where you find that there are different traditions that they stick to. And one of the traditions that I've been privy to is when every morning when members of the SAPS come into the office, whether it be admin, HR, the people on the field, they get together and they hold a prayer. And this is obviously because of the type of work that they do every day for our country to be protected, right? The newsletter and other internal communications. So in my son's school, they have a newsletter every week. This newsletter lets us know of what's happening in and around the organization, meaning the events, the reminders that people need to remember, the even promotions that could be handed out. So the newsletter is basically keeping up to date with what's happening in the organization, as well as the handling of conflict and disciplinary measures. Every company or organization is different in the disciplinaries that they have and how they go about those procedures. Right. There are three different styles, three different types of leaderships. We have autocratic, we have democratic, and we have laissez-faire. Autocratic gives orders without participation, um, and know it all. A leader that doesn't think they need help from other people, makes decisions and announcements not on the opinion of his employees. Um, they're rigid, the rigid employers, demanding, and there's little trust amongst the members of that belong to this type of management style leader. I mean, organization. Right, democratic. They guide their employees as opposed to instructing them, so they will give them the advice of how to do something and it make them understand why it is that that advice is better, as opposed to telling them what to do and not giving them an option in the decision making process. Shared decision making with employees, encourage full participation with the members, effective at problem solving, and invites different opinions to be heard. So, this leadership style allows for his employees to speak up, to have an opinion on something, and actually consider their opinion. And then we have laissez-faire, lazy leaderships, people that type of leaders that would just sit back and not really care about what's going on, type of leaders that expect their employees to do all the work. Even in the problem solving division, they expect their employees to take the wheel. They're usually lazy and they're regarded as weak. Right, there are two types of communication channels, which is external communication and internal communication. External communication is communication which takes place verbally between the organization and the outside world, meaning with clients, suppliers, shareholders, the media. So we can also refer to it as a type of communication where you an organization can communicate with their students. I mean, an organization can communicate with their customers on social media. Internal communications between management and staff. So this is within the organization. Here's the hierarchy of organizational communication, right? It's different from company to company, but generally, this is what the hierarchy looks like, right? You have general manager right at the top, you have a factory manager, a financial manager, and a marketing manager, right? So it could also be any other three, but these are the three that are based in this company, which we're making an example of. So it's the factory manager, and under the factory manager, there'll be an assistant manager and a secretary. Financial manager. Under financial will be assistant manager and the secretary. Then it will be the marketing manager, and under the marketing manager, again, it will be the assistant manager and the secretary. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, briefing. Um, Here are the points that you need to prepare before a briefing, right? It should be prepared beforehand. It should be in writing and typed. Use a simple language and avoid jargon. Hand copies to all parties involved and present the brief verbally. Present the brief verbally to discuss what is on it. Right? What is intervention? Intervention is a technique or procedure designed to change whatever is going wrong or has gone wrong. It is a conscious effort to solve problems or end conflict. Right? The types of intervention in a company or an organization. Disciplinary interview, right? It's used to solve of as it's used to solve problems that have less seriousness. Consultation, it involves intervention by an external expert. So you find that some companies would they would contract consults from other organizations because they maybe don't have the expertise in that specific department, and they need them to come in and consult for them. Bargaining, a common way of managing conflicts or solving problems. Mediation, when no agreement can be reached, a third party will come and assist. What is informal communications? Informal communications is an unofficial oral, written, and nonverbal communication that avoids the formal communication channels following the organizational hierarchy. It follows its own unofficial channels. Okay, what are work ethics? Work ethics in behavior help the organization to maintain its desired corporate culture and achieve its objectives. Right. Now we have reached the end of the module. What I will ask is for the class to complete, I'd like the class to complete hold on, I've got homework for you guys. It's an activity that I would like to be done at home. Um, right. I'm going to give you a case study based on organizational communications. Right. I will give you a scenario. I will give you a scenario of an incident that is going to happen that will involve you